Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, I got my trusty sidekick Dustin here, and we have a very special whiskey to bring you. The Craigellachie 23-year-old Exceptional Cask. Woo. Cask strength at 57.5% ABV. Dustin, 1995 distillate, bottled in 2019. What can you tell me about it?
First fill, Oloroso sherry.
Whew, look at how dark that is.
Yeah. And as we know, Mike, we've had the 23-year, but
Yes.
this one's apparently got to be better because it has the words exceptional on the label. So
Exceptional Cask.
yeah, in some places, try to be creative with their marketing. More and more, I think the whiskey world's like, you know what? Let's just say it's really good.
I tell you what, Dustin, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, man.
Yep.
See what we think about this one. So, unchill filtered, natural color, I believe.
Should be, yeah.
If there's anything I can find to the contrary, I'll obviously put it in right here. But we're going to do light pours. I always try to be conservative with Dustin's whiskey, since I'm normally not conservative. And I gotta tell you, this is a distillery, Dustin, that we haven't had many whiskeys from, but we are absolutely getting into some of the nicer bottles. I have a 17 coming. I haven't told you that
Oh,
yet.
really?
So I got
Excellent.
just ordered a 17. I'll have it here next week.
That's 17 exceptional?
No, just a regular 17.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
It's regular 17. And then there's some 13s around here. I don't know if I'll pick that one up. It kind of depends how the 17-year-old does for me. But the high ABV on this one is really intriguing. But a little bit about the distillery. Usually used in blends. And use warm tubs, so it's a little bit different distillation process than some of the other whiskey distilleries, especially the ones in Speyside. So,
Yep.
different whiskey. See what we think about this one. Again, believe it is natural color, very, very dark whiskey. Gotta love that. Give it a little swirl around the glass. See what we're picking up as far as legs. They don't come down quick, Dustin.
This is a thick, oily whiskey. For sure. Mike.
Oh, yeah.
This is really doing a nice job. And I'm not saying that just because this is my bottle.
Maybe it is. No, I tell you what, these legs don't even want to come down. They come down every once in a while, just randomly. But let's see what we think about the nose and the taste.
I mean, the nose right away is raisins. Well, first off, it's just, whoa, wow. Then it's raisins aged in like rum or whiskey. It's got some sulfur. It's got all of that Oloroso, dank Oloroso, Dunnage warehouse kind of notes.
Wow, man, this thing is just...
It's explosive on the nose. Like,
oh, yeah.
Again, I was talking about it last time we did a review. The richness, the amount of aroma here. I mean, this is full force nose. Like just...
Yeah, if you want flavor, this has flavor.
Yeah.
That I can recommend with complete 100% assurity that this is a flavorful dram.
It's so fruity. Like,
Yeah.
There are just so many fruits. I mean, when I say raisins, I mean like rich. Like, and then they've had some kind of like alcohol spread on them that's like brought out even more aroma. So
Dates.
much.
Dates
Figs.
soaked in alcohol.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like you took the stave of a sherry cask and lit it on fire, and then burnt the fruit, and then the cask itself like dripped on the dates as they were burning. The dates are burnt, and the oil from the cask from the stave is still on there.
Now I'm starting to get. It's like an earthy chocolate. There's earthiness, but there's a little bit of chocolate. It's just kind of dark sweetness. It's not brown sugar. It's chocolate, but it's such a distinct
Chocolate with sugar removed from it.
yeah.
Or no sugar added to it, let me say that, just like from the cocoa plant itself, with just no sugar added to it whatsoever.
Or maybe it's chocolate that they sweeten with fruit.
Wow, my goodness. This is just, what's this again, 57.5?
Yeah.
For 23 years old, man, that's a high ABV to keep after.
You know what I'm not
2.5
getting on
decades.
this one in any intense amounts for 23 year?
What's that?
There's some there, but I mean,
you gotta get past all those other notes. It's like cutting through a cake.
yeah. But I mean, so often when you get into like the close to 25, I think that's where you get like the best version of oak. This one though is there's so much else going on that you can't even get to it. And I think it's there.
You're right, some like that chocolate bitterness you think maybe from the oak cask.
Yeah, or the Oloroso.
Yeah, because again, this is the most non-Oloroso cask finish I've ever smelled on a whiskey before, because the other things are just so overpowering it.
Like it's all this Oloroso, but there's so much else going on here. It's everything. And it's so distinct. I mean, I can't think of another distillery that's given us this kind of
Flavor profile.
Yeah, well, and it also, I mean, again, all these things I would think of as off profile or not appealing sulfur. There's sort of some funk, there's some dirtiness. All of that here is, and these are all compliments to this whiskey.
Mm-hmm. In a good way, in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely the best way.
It's almost like this whiskey committed a crime. It's that just dirty. It's almost hard to get past. But we're going to try. That's for sure.
All right, so I just tasted this thing and holy crap, wow. 3 or 4 different transitions in here, but it just hits you with, first off, it just hits you with like a sweetness that I was kind of surprised by, because I was expecting a whole lot of sherry at first, and instead it was actually sweet, almost like a bourbon cask, and then instantly, as soon as I thought that, here comes the sherry in waves of fruits, dates, raisins, figs. And then it kind of transitions and you get this funky, kind of odd sulfur and just kind of sourness. And then all of a sudden, the Oloroso goes, I'm not done yet. And it comes right back with another wave of this just fruity cocktail. And there's some dirty that you're starting to get some oak.
You know, at first, man, it was sweet. Like you said, almost sugary sweet, which I was not expecting.
Yeah.
At all. And so when you swallow, you get the fruits. You get leathery.
Oh, that's a good term.
And I cannot stress this heavily enough. A leathery raisin. Yeah. Almost like they artificially made a raisin that looked like a raisin, but instead of the skin of a raisin, it was just leather.
Yeah.
And then instantly, man.
And old leather, like dusty leather. You didn't just buy it from the store. No, that's the one that's been sitting in your closet for 15 years.
This is the leather that John Wayne used to ride horses when he made movies in the 50s, 60s, or whenever it was. You ever seen a movie called The Words?
I have not.
It's with Bradley Cooper, Olivia Wilde, a few other
big
time
names
actors
from that era.
So he finds this leather satchel where he finds some guy's script in there. But the leather satchel has just been through decades of wear and tear. Almost like what you would expect that satchel to smell like, old, falling apart leather. And the only reason it's not falling apart from a standard of the entire thing, just like the sheen, the top part of it's all kind of weathered away.
Yeah.
And that's like in the whiskey. And then you're right, then you get that super funky, sulfury note to it. And then you're right, then right at the end, the cask, that Oloroso sherry cask comes in, and now I'm for the first time I'm getting the exceptional cask. Before I got just a super pumped up 23-year-old Craigellachie at cask strength, but now the cask is starting to take over, and the finish of the cask gives you bitter chocolate right here on the side as a linger.
Oh, absolutely. It's a flavor punch, flavor bomb.
So unique.
Yeah, well, we keep talking about how we like higher ABVs. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I feel like, we're after it for the mouthfeel more so than like the flavor punch.
Sure. You want the flavors driven home in a strong fashion.
But this one, it needs that ABV so it can just give you everything and just give you waves of it.
There is nothing about this whiskey that's not aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the leather, the raisin, the overripe, over-dried raisin, along with that sulfur note, is just incredible. And something that the nose didn't lead me to believe was possible, that beautiful Oloroso sherry cask on the finish takes over in a way I had no inclination it was going to.
Really, I got a lot more Oloroso, I think, on the nose.
Yeah, I did not.
Yeah.
But it's so evident in the mouthfeel and the linger on this particular one. Like, it's still there, just clinging to the sides of the mouth. And again, it's just Oloroso and bitter chocolate. Yeah. Which you can say Oloroso gives you a bitter chocolate finish.
But there's something from the distillate that's doing it too.
For sure. And the sulfur note is just all-encompassing.
The distillate might be giving us milk chocolate and the Oloroso is giving us dark chocolate. And I don't know which one's winning, but, actually I know who's winning. We are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, this is an incredible cask. This is a whiskey that you could give this to. I could not have this whiskey again for 10 years.
Yeah.
And you give it to me again, I'm like, man, I remember that.
Yeah, no, this is not a forgettable.
That's great. That's Craigellachie cask strength. All right, so we had a good little wallop of water. Put a little bit more water than I normally will add to this just because of how much flavor is here. And I want to get to some of the finer notes. What are you picking up?
Yeah, so it's sweetness has come down a little bit. The fruits are more refined, more neutral. They're dirty. They're kind of dried out. I'm getting a touch of, this might be the wrong word, but it's like a brown sugar at the end that I wasn't quite getting before. It could be oak and sugar, where the oak is just kind of like slowly kind of like just seeped into the sweetness.
The sulfur is still there.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it punches you in the face really when you go back in with water. I will say this, I don't know if it's chocolate sweetness, but there is a very sweet, fruity note that came up that wasn't there initially.
Yeah, there could even be like a dirty, like leathery vanilla here.
Almost like dates.
Oh, yeah.
That were left out too long. And maybe like left out overnight with raisins.
I keep getting notes that I think are going to turn sour, and they never turn sour though, Mike. Like I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, this fruit's going to get a little sour here. Then it never gets there. Then like
this whiskey walks such a fine edge.
Yeah.
Like it is just skirting the edge of a cliff that could take you in a bad turn, but it just never goes there. It just takes you to the edge. It's almost like, you ever been on the Sears Tower?
I've not.
So Sears Tower now has like a little overlook where you can kind of walk out a few steps, and there's like a window. There's like an overhang.
Okay.
You're 1,400 feet or something like that, and you look down. It gives you the illusion of danger. It gives you the illusion you might be falling.
Yeah.
This gives you the illusion that this could go to a very dirty, dank, too sulfury place, but it just never takes there. It gives you the illusion of fear.
Yeah.
That never actually you're in danger.
Yeah. I mean, I think oddly enough, despite the fact that we're all over the place in different flavors and dirty, sweet, candy, chocolate, fruits, it's actually incredibly balanced and yet in most intense whiskey you're gonna ever have. I mean,
it's a weird dichotomy.
Yeah,
it really is.
Because like it just nothing here stands out in the end, but it has these moments of explosions here, there, boom, boom.
But every note's aggressive. Mm-hmm. And every note you'll remember. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is not for a beginner whiskey drinker at all.
Yeah, so now with water going into tasting it, there is an oaky, funky, dirty, yet creamy, like really rich cream that's underlying the entire experience. And then, periodically, boom, raisins jump in, boom, some chocolate jumps in, boom, some sulfur. Like,
yeah, I need more of these whiskeys.
It's wormwood.
I need the 31.
We need some independence too, just to see what happens there.
Yeah, just to see what's going on with there. Because I tell you what, I get a lot of the same things with water, but now the water made the chocolate a cocoa note, distinctly cocoa. And it almost made the dark bitter chocolate a nice milk chocolate, almost like Nesquik when you mix it with, you mix that powder with milk, and almost made like that type of Nesquik milk chocolate.
I'm tasting the smell of Cocoa Puffs right now for some reason.
Yeah, it went cocoa on me hardcore.
Well, I'm definitely there.
And that's with that sulfur intermingled with it.
Yeah, but there's like a fruity thing that's like it's being hidden, it's covered up, but it's like there's a fruit here that's being covered up with the chocolate, and every now and then it just kind of sneaks in.
You know, it's almost like a cinnamon apple, because there is more with water. Ooh. There is more spice to it. It's almost like a cinnamon apple at Halloween time.
Yeah, but it's cinnamon, but it's like it's not that obvious cinnamon. It's
What you guys is in an apple?
Yeah,
like a cinnamon apple, like a cinnamon stick almost.
Like, I think you're right, stick. Yeah, but they've done something to where like it's not as intense as cinnamon.
I tell you what, the last time you were here, I really tried to figure out this whiskey. And then, I remember like after the fact, I was trying to just kind of remember some of my tasting notes. I wrote a few down. I never got really that cinnamon stick, but there is something about Halloween that sticks with me in that whole thought process.
Fall season, some kind of maybe apple cider, chocolate, milk.
Apple cider, yeah, I can see that.
I don't know, the problem is you can't, as strong and overt as all these things are, it's hard to separate them because they're so beautifully, they're integrated, and yet, again, certain things jump out. It's crazy.
I think we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, but again, that's what exceptional cask to me, that's what I'm expecting. When they say, hey man, You've had the 23, and we've had the 23 multiple times.
Multiple times.
And, you know, when you got this 23 Exceptional Cask, I was like, okay, let's see what a difficult to define Craigellachie is going to be like. And I tell you what, from a whiskey connoisseur or whiskey enthusiast, as I like to call myself, this is a challenging whiskey to get to the bottom of. And man, it is fun.
Well, remember the first time I brought this here, you had it, and you instantly went, I can't review a whiskey after one pour like this because I need to go again. Like this is.
You do it again and again, like because I mean, again, it's just so off of anything that I've ever had before.
Yeah, no, this is truly unique.
Now here's the hard part.
Yep.
Where are we at on whiskey score with this?
I know.
I have no idea.
I am going, and you know what? I've actually taken some intense notes on this. I think I scored it on Distiller, and I don't even remember what I gave it. Mm-hmm. And I might have to go change the score because, Mike, I'm debating going 93. I think I'm at a 92, but I'm debating a 93 here.
I was gonna say 91. I don't even know where I'm grabbing that score from. I know the flavors are well done.
All right, well,
I know the cask is incredible. And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to work it backwards here. I pay $300 for this whiskey.
That's it?
I'd probably pay more.
Because I can tell you right now, UK pricing, you're looking at 600-ish to get one of these.
What did you pay for it though?
I paid $275.
I pay that all day.
Oh yeah, I'm regretting I didn't buy two. Yeah, I think the exceptional term here is fully justified.
Yeah, it's an amazing whiskey. I'm gonna try to mooch another dram off you as soon as we turn off the video.
I'll let you.
Anyway, if you guys have been lucky enough to try this whiskey, let us know what you think. Dustin found it at an amazing price. I sort of jumped on the bandwagon with him. I just didn't know anything about it, and I've only had a few Craigellachies in my life. But
even though he told me to buy it. Just saying.
I say a lot of things.
He does.
But I should have put my money where my mouth was on this particular one. But anyway, that's where we're both at. Excellent whiskey. If you guys have had a chance to try this one, love to know what you guys have to think. So let me know in the comments section. Until next time, Dustin, we wish the folks
Happy drinking.
see you next time.